But anyway, now speaking of Drag Race, let's get in our final topic and talk about Drag Race All Stars 11. So the fifth episode, well, no, the fourth episode, sorry, fifth episode is next week. So the fourth episode, which is the second bracket, finally popped up on the situation. And it looks like we got six more queens in the workroom. And I have to say, this has been the first time, because, I really haven't, Drag Race is kind of like, been hit or miss for me. But I will say this: when we got to this second bracket, I feel like that's when the girls really started to show up and show out. So now in the fourth episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 11, we got six more queens that sashayed into the workroom to duke it out under the second bracket. So we got the returning queens such as April Carrion from season 6. That was another season 6 girl. I couldn't know why I couldn't remember her damn name. Or Mayari, season 15. Crystal Method, season 12. Selena Estites, season 15. Silky Nutmeg Ganache. This is her third time coming on. It's her fourth time, right? Because she did season 11, All Star 6, and Canada versus the World season 2. And now this is her fourth time. So now she's doing All Stars 11. And we got Mother Has Arrived. And that would be Vivacious from season 6. Yeah, I told you season 6 was a packed show. We was talking about season 6 earlier. We was talking about Courtney Act. But yeah. So, and I have to say this: what I love about this season so far, Queens of Color. All of the girls are of color. It's not a white girl in sight. Because who is it? We got our Hispanic queens, which would be April Carrion, Crystal Method, and Selena Estites. We got our black queens, which would be Silky Nutmeg Ganache and Vivacious. And we have our Asian queen, Aura Mayari. So I'm liking it. And the girls wasted no damn time with the alliances and things of that the other. The one I felt like that was doing the most when it came to the alliances was Aura. She was trying to align herself with too many damn people. And the worst thing you could do is start making promises that you can't keep. So stop trying to align with Crystal. With Crystal's like, no, I want to kind of roll solo. I don't want to kind of align myself with an alliance just yet. Like I'm just out here trying to do my own thing and navigate. And I don't want to spoil it for nobody, but I already know who the top two gonna be in the next season, like in the finale. I'll give you a hint. One queen is from this bracket, and there's a queen from the next bracket. So, and I hope that with this they bring back. So I ain't gonna tell you who, but I'm just putting it out there. And I'm actually hoping when they do the wild card situation, because y'all fucked up last season with y'all pick. Because I was thinking it was gonna be oh my god, what's the queen? The ice skater. I thought it was gonna be her that should have made it at the end and bring the wild card. The wild card this season better be why you mad though? Why you mad though? It better be Miss Morgan McMichaels, because Morgan was definitely cheated out of being a part of the bracket, because y'all only chopped it down to two queens that make it to the next thing, to the semifinals, then three. So now in the first challenge, they had to write, sing, and perform queen on queen duets at the Shablammy Awards, which is actually quite funny. Can you imagine they actually came out with the Shablammy Awards? And then they had Renee Rapp on the show, who I didn't even recognize until they did a close. I was okay, that is Renee Rapp. So Renee Rapp was the guest judge alongside, your regulars, which would be Rue, Michelle Visage, and fine ass Jamal Sims. And then but it's funny, I'm jumping ahead. Um, so yeah, they had that pretty much the situation, and then the girls decided to patch up together. The funny thing is, like when I watched Vivacious, she hadn't performed in so long. You could definitely see the nervousness and stuff for her, because she ended up latching on to Silky, and they ended up doing like a little rap situation. And Silky was like, "Well, I don't rap. I wanted to sing," or whatever the case was. And to me, Silky definitely did a good job with the whole rap portion of the song that she did. It was cute. And Vivacious was kind of holding back, but I get it. It's been a minute. She was nervous. I just don't want her to get the Mystique edit, because Mystique was kind of like, I felt holding back in a lot of the challenges too. And them outfits was not up to par compared to the other girls. And then in that last bracket, which I guess we'll talk about it briefly, her and, the way she was going at Miss Girl, with the paper mache. I'm sitting there forgetting people names and shit all of a sudden. But the way that her and Lucky Stars, that comes to me, Lucky Stars, and the way she was berating her at times, I was getting mad. But then again, during that challenge that they did, Lucky, you was being annoying. So on one hand, I get it, but at the same time, the way that Mystique was undermining her and throwing like the shade, like being shady, I wasn't really feeling the situation. So um in regards to the whole challenge situation, the girls had to listen to the tracks. They determined the individual situations. Vivacious went and did the rap-based HBF. Aura was drawn to Hoes Before Bros because it's theatrical and she could sing. And the other four were trying to jump on the R&B ballad "Dreaming of Me," which "Dreaming of Me" ended up going to April and Selena, which the funniest part was when Michelle was trying to coach April on how to hit them notes. Every time she kept saying, "Go up, go ah, ah," she go "Oh," like low. It's like, no, bitch, go up, stop going down. So I was just cackling the whole time, like, and I'm sitting there going through my whole little situation of a certain queen where she was like, "Find the note." Coco Montrese was like, "Find the note." She couldn't find that damn note. So yeah, so Aura went and did the Hoes Before Bros situation. This was cute, but it's like your typical what do you get when you do a fucking drag race track? It's not fucking Grammy Award winning music. It's just drag music. So yeah, then so Silky went and did, was with the Vivacious, and they said, yeah, they pulled the coup, and the Spanish girl ended up getting the ballot. And then Silky, because she's been there so many damn times, she was like, you know what? I just need to prove that I am who I am. And another thing I did say, and it's funny how she's mentioned this in the whole situation. She was talking about how her first season when she was on the show, her and Evie constantly going at it, and the online bullying, and all that she endured from a lot of the fandom, talking about they hate Silky or whatever. And I'm like, Silky was annoying, but she didn't deserve the type of hate that she was getting. This shit was funny with her and the puppet. I definitely was having a cackle when I saw that. But so during the first season, she was a lot. She was loud. She was, doing a little too much. And I think it was masking the fact of I gotta be the big, larger than life personality, but the talent and everything wasn't really up to par. The looks wasn't up to par. Her outfits definitely need a polish. And quiet as it's kept, that runway look where she had that damn butt up written all over the back of that coat, that was a mess too. But I did like the little butter headpiece that she had on top of it, and it was melting all over her outfit. That was cute. And shout out to her for losing a lot of weight too. So Silky out here working and looking good and all the other stuff. But then she also said when she came on All Stars, and I said this for the moment that I said she's holding back. She's holding back who she is, and she was doing that because she allowed the hate from the fandom get to her. So, and I feel like that affected her chance of being on of excelling on All Stars. But I will say this: when they had them doing a whole battle to try to get back on the show, which I wish that Drag Race would go back to if they decided to do the go back to that format, they would have the queens secretly battling each other. So whoever makes it, they get to come back to the show and be a part of the top five, or whatever the case that is. I actually like when they did that, and Silky was hilarious, especially her Barbie girl performance. That will forever be iconic, which Akira declined not to be a part of. So I was actually, living for that, and I'm glad that she finally found the right balance of, coming back and doing that whole thing. Um, so yeah, the second challenge, everything happened. As they prepared to take the stage, Aura reignited alliance talk by approaching some of the girls with promises. She said she was gonna give her MVQ point to Crystal, but when Crystal basically was like giving her stone face, like you're not getting no kind of, I'm not giving you what you want. And then Aura went to Selena with the same promise. And I think they kind of started an alliance. So Aura, you basically jumping into this thing where you got to watch what you're doing. So she's a part of the Tres Leches alliance, but let me tell you, when they said peck peck, I know laugh so damn hard about it. She's like, bitch, where did you learn that word? Which is basically pussy in Tagalog. Shout out to my Filipinos, my fellow Filipinos. I'm half Filipino. So when they went and they said, I said, not y'all starting the Peck Peck Alliance. So they had the Tres Leches Alliance and they had the Peck Peck Alliance. So they got all these little alliances going on. And y'all got to be careful because we haven't seen where the points have gone yet. So we got to wait until the next episode, which is coming up in 4 days because it's Monday, on how the girls are going to vote and see who's going to get betrayed. And hopefully, with that situation where you got Aura putting herself between a rock and a hard place, how messy things are going to get between the ladies. So one of the things I did like that April and Crystal basically said they want to give their point to the strongest in the challenge, but would have to rethink that if that queen already won the 3 points. So you can still give it to if it's not the strongest queen, if that person won, then give it to the runner up who you think did a good job. Give them the point. That's what I would do instead of just being like, well, now I got to rethink it. It's like if that's not, then give it to your second choice. Now, following the duet performance and walking in the sorry, ask somebody category on the runway, the judges basically gave their critiques to all the queens. Renee recognized the strength that Vivacious exudes as a performer. But I will say that when you get these new judges on, they're only going to they don't want to hurt nobody's feelings or whatever the case is. That's why I love when Cardi was on there. She was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm a fan of the show. We're going to talk real and I'm going to give y'all real critiques. Everybody else like walking on eggshells. But we did see that Vivacious was nervous because it was like this. She hasn't done the show in like what, over a decade. Can't think of a specific number because it was like what, season 6. Now we're in season 18. So it's like what, about 13 years that she has done Drag Race. I mean, she's popped up here and there, but like really being in a challenge, as I get it, she's nervous. So, and I love me some Vivacious. So having her a part of the situation and just seeing that, yeah, she was nervous throughout the whole situation, it's like I totally get it. Now, Silky definitely got high praise for stealing the show and a high drag runway outfit, even if Rue wasn't ready to call it crown worthy. Because yeah, like I said, I did like the other outfit under the coat. I didn't like the coat. The coat was too busy, had a lot of stuff written on the back. It made it look tacky. It just took away from it. But the rest of the outfit, when she took that coat off, it was full on drag. The big butter headdress that she had to hold up because I know that shit was heavy, and the butter looking like it was melting all over her outfit. It definitely the concept definitely was well executed. I just didn't like the coat. And so then the judges appreciated, April's ability as a dancer and her verse despite not being a singer. Well, who needs to sing these days? The way that there's a lot of people out here who sound probably worse than um Miss April and got a damn record deal. But and then Jamal called Selena's gown gorgeous and perfect, while Michelle and Rue both called out the lightness that she brought on the stage now compared to her original season. Well, yeah, she definitely calmed down because she was doing too much. It was like the personality was excessive, the outfits was busy and excessive. It was like you went everything in the kitchen sink on the runway and covering up your body because I think because she was a big girl at the time and she lost a lot of weight. So now she seems like a little more confident. Although I will say during her performance for a ballad, you was doing too much in the performance aspect. You don't need to be doing all that extra dancing. It's like you was literally dancing like Kennedy Davenport to a ballad. It's like bring it down. You ain't need to be doing all that. It was extra. So and then Ru was the first to acknowledge how strong Aura is as a singer before, well, you know how the Filipinos are. We are the karaoke queens out here. And gave the judges gave her flowers for matching Crystal's energy throughout. Now, the humor and high fashion silhouette of Crystal's runway looked paired. How strong of a performance she put on was wonderful to see. Now, based on the full package for the Bracket 2 debut challenge and overall purpose and objective they displayed, Rude, he selected Aura and Crystal as the top two of the week. And they performed to No More Tears, Enough is Enough by Barbara Streisand and Donna Summer. Crystal won, earning $10,000 and a coveted third point and became the early point leader in the bracket. or remain a happy second with her 2 points, while the bottom four prepare to deliver the MVQ points on top of the next episode, which is why I said you're going to have to wait till the next episode to find out how the girls is going to vote. And it'll be interesting to see how they decide to vote, but I'll definitely be watching as it progresses because, like I said, so far this has been a very entertaining first episode. It's been a while since I laughed this hard with all the stuff that was going on, especially with Silky and the puppet and the peck thing and just a lot of the banter in the workroom. The girls seem very lively and comfortable and having a lot of fun. And I like this whole, I know a lot of people don't really like the bracket thing, but it's a way for the girls to showcase what they do. And then they get to go to a semifinal, and then that's when they start the eliminations and things. So I'm definitely curious to see how this whole season is going to work out. But so far, All Stars has definitely given me what I need and all of this. So I say all this to say in regards to entertainment. What do you guys think of this story? Were you just as pleased as I was with watching All Stars 11? Did you enjoy this previous episode that I felt I had so much fun with? I was compelled to just speak on it on this episode, which I don't normally be doing because Drag Race really ain't been giving me what I need as of late, especially that Chop season 18. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.